Hi everyone, it's Bhavani with you once again from Mind Body Spirit, chatting to our wonderful presenters from all over the world who are coming to London to share their wisdom at the Mind Body Spirit Festival at the end of May. Today I am joined by Aussie Scott Alexander King, who's joining me on our live today all the way from Australia. He will be joining us in person next month. Welcome. Thank you for taking the time to chat to me.
Thank you so much for having me. I feel very, very honoured.
We're so honoured that you're going to be joining us for the festival. We're really excited about the workshop you're doing called Animal Dreaming. Can you
That's
tell our community a little bit more about it?
okay. So, animal dreaming is the philosophy that I live by. It's
Mhm.
basically the rule book I was given as a child by the natural world as to how to live an interrelated, interconnected life with all of nature. For
Mm.
me, yeah. So for me, the workshop really is a quick, how to access that information yourself. Yeah.
Mm.
So that's in a nutshell. It represents everything that I represent, if you like, and what the animals have taught me over the years, and what the Earth Mother has gifted me, and I feel very inspired to invite people into that little world of mine because
Mm.
it brings about massive change. It's such a healing experience. It's mind blowing.
So tell us a little bit more, because it really is about the wisdom that you get from nature and
Nature.
how you've been able to share this with others and not only shape your life but shape the lives of others as well.
Mm.
What sort of messaging, what sort of healing comes through when we become open to this sort of work?
Well, do you know what? And I mentioned this at the beginning before our little pre-chat.
Yeah.
I say all the time that we call this planet Mother Earth. We call her that, or the Earth Mother.
Mm.
So as a little child, I heard that, and I just assumed that meant we
Mm.
must be her children. And so with that attitude, I marched out into the world, and look, the animals. It's they offer freedom, they offer choice, they offer interconnection. They've just given me everything I need to, because look, the animals don't, they don't, to me, the animals are the voice of the Earth Mother, is what, in a
Mm.
nutshell. To me, when I go into nature and I've got something on my mind, or I've got a problem that I can't resolve, because I'm a dad, I'm a husband, I've got a lot of things on my mind besides my own. So I'll go out, and I don't have any parents to chat to. I don't have any family to chat to.
Mm.
So I go out and I literally sit. I might be gardening or weeding the garden or whatever, and I'll sit and I'll just have a conversation with the Earth Mother. I'll tell her, I'll unload everything that's on my mind, and I don't really know who's listening. I'm just talking. I'm
Mm.
assuming I'm talking to her. I'm talking to the elements. I'm talking to nature as a whole, because I sort of see Mother Nature, Mother Earth. I see them. They're my family. My aunt, and do you know what? I can chat about anything. I can tell them anything I want, and then just within a little while, maybe no more than 24 hours. I'm not exaggerating. An animal will come and it will tell me what I need to do,
And
because yeah. So
yeah,
what? Yeah, yeah.
no, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, because I
No, that's
find
good.
it so, I find it super interesting because, not just me. I know that our community, especially when you're a path of seekers, the people who are practicing different wellness and spiritual modalities from various cultures around the world.
For sure.
Nature is such a huge part of that, and being able to communicate with nature feels like such a gift. So, and I have a pet. I've got a dog that I'm very
Yeah.
much in love with.
Yeah.
It's like, how do they communicate with you in a way that gives you such
Well,
insight?
I look. I've always had animals. I had a pet camel. I had alpacas. I had donkeys. I've always had animals around me: poultry,
Mm,
pigeons, turkeys, ducks. I've had everything. A
yeah.
pet fox. I've had everything. And
Wow.
I'll be sitting down having breakfast or something. I'll just have this. I'll get this urge to go up and check the ponies or something. I'll have this urge to go out, and sure enough, something will have happened that needed my attention. But in saying that, I'm not truly an animal communicator as such. I commune with the natural world in a symbolic way. To me, each of the animals carry an inherent message that can be interpreted several different ways. For example, dog. If I see a dog automatically triggers in me feelings of love, companionship, community, family, loyalty, trust, all those sorts of things. But if you look closer than that at the breed of dog, you get a really strong understanding of where that to channel that message. So which one of those words to pick, because each of
Mhm.
the dogs, for example, were bred for very specific reasons. They all
Mm.
have a role. They all have a purpose. Like the Dachshund, for example, was bred to flush out badgers. That's what it was bred for. Fox terriers, or they were bred to flush out rats. So they're all being bred for different reasons. So if you look at the message of dog companionship love, and then look at the purpose for why the dog was bred, there's an answer. So,
Mm.
so that's how you. So to me, it's all about the symbolism, the symbolic representation. So if I was to chat to you about your dog, I might get messages for you, but not necessarily from the dog's mouth, although that may happen. It's no, but
So
seriously, I get the message in my mind,
yeah,
but really, what it comes down to is, okay, so you've got this breed, this dog. It's a certain type of breed. These dogs were bred for this purpose. This relates to you in this way, and I'll be able to tell you what was going in your life, going on in your life when that dog came into your life, and why
mm.
it's in your life, and why it's there to guide you or inspire. We think we choose our dogs or our cats, but we don't. So they
No,
choose
I've
us.
heard that the pet chooses the parent and not the other way
That's right.
around.
That's right. And in my world, they come into your life for a specific purpose. They
Mm,
come in to teach you something very specific. So
mm.
because not everyone's a dog person. Some people might be
No,
cat.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So depending on the type of cat, even I can tell you exactly why that cat was brought into your life, and 99% of the time it's accurate, and I have no idea why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so interesting, and you were saying that you're not a traditional animal communicator because,
No.
there are people on our radar who
This
do
is
that,
a
but
form of communication, but it's
yes.
not what we expect everyone to sort of think about when you think about animal communication. So I can't say technically I can't say I'm an animal communicator because it's not truly my medicine. It's the
Yeah.
symbolism that makes them
Yes.
speak to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So when in your workshop that you're hosting with us on
Yes.
Friday the 26th, so you're
26th
one
of
about
10th.
opening yes, you're one about opening workshops,
Yes.
starting as we mean to go on,
Yes.
diving into that wisdom. What are the benefits of someone, for someone who will be attending this workshop? What are they going to get
Well,
from this workshop with you
you
and
know what?
experiencing your work?
I've helped people deal with the grief of their lost children because
Mm,
of the animals that. So I've helped people who are going through business um, evolution or a change or a breakdown of business.
mm,
Um, And really, it comes down to the animals that have been walking with us, or the animals that have been significant to us at the time, and leading up to that event. If
mm,
we had been watching those animals and understanding the symbolism, we might have been able to guide ourselves in a different direction. So the workshop really is for people who have got questions about life, their healing, their health, their loved ones, or whatever. And I would ask that they come to the workshop, you know. Um, armed, if you like, with some animal experiences they've had along the way that I'll be more than happy to interpret for them. And the
mm.
secret is to help people to notice those signs, to be able to have the courage to interpret those signs, and then find their own way based on the messages. Because all I want is for people to remember that the earth is our mother and that she protects us. She provides everything that we need. Like those beautiful, the things behind you there, they've all come from the earth mother at some point. We don't import from anywhere else. They've all come from
Yeah,
her in
yeah.
one form or another. And we take. And this is an opportunity to return and embrace her and say, I'm sorry I've forgotten about you all these years, but I sort of haven't, but I must
Mhm.
admit, loving you never occurred to me, or protecting you or
So
speaking
beautiful.
to you never occurred to me. So that's my mission, to help people to reclaim that connection. And yes, that's what all these reasons is why people should come to the workshop.
I love
But
that,
yeah,
and I love that you're empowering people with the tools, not just to, experience it within the workshop, but then to go out into their lives and actually implement this wisdom and be able to become open to it themselves, right?
that I've got. I run courses and stuff because I want people to not. Because I've written books and the oracle cards and all the other things, but
Yeah,
I don't want people coming to me and saying, "Oh, did you know that kookaburra means blah blah blah?" I want them, because of what they've read in my book. I don't want them to come to my workshops to learn what
yeah,
I say. I want them to go away feeling empowered to be able to get their own messages and to be able to interpret the because it's a language. It's a natural language, but we're all from different places. We've all got different backgrounds,
mm,
and so we're all going to interpret these messages differently. But you know what? They're all right. They'll all
yeah.
be right. if you come with that intent,
Yeah.
you won't get misled. Animals don't make mistakes. I've tried to catch them out, but they just don't.
You tried to catch them out.
I have. I've
That's
tried not
brilliant.
to. I saw that, but a
Yeah,
cat. Can you imagine a cat making a mistake and sits and goes, "I meant to do
they're
that.
very
I meant to knock
intentional.
that vase over." Yeah, it was ugly. You didn't really like it anyway. So you know,
Yeah,
he's like, you
exactly.
know what I mean?
I'm helping you. I'm
That's right. I'm
helping.
doing this for you. Yeah.
I love what you said earlier in our chat about how animals are the voice of Mother Nature because
Yeah.
you know when we do go out in nature there is so much sound, there are so many voices, especially if we're lucky enough to live somewhere where there are animals, even if we can't quite see them, but we can certainly hear them.
See, that's
I know that.
the audible, the smell even. Like I'll know when a
Yeah,
fox is about. I know when I'm meant to listen to fox because I can smell them.
yeah,
And you go past a field, you might smell, the horse's manure, and that's such a distinct smell, and
yeah.
the horse is with you because of that. But it's anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to butt in.
No, no, I was just saying that it's so beautiful to be able to appreciate that. I know that when I'm at my mother's house in the suburbs of Northwest London, the bird song, especially during lockdown when I was
Mhm,
lucky enough to be at my parents' house during that period, the bird song was it had the opportunity to become so loud,
that's
and
right.
they it's almost like they had their chance to have their voice and share their voice more, and then now as we sort of reintegrate into life in a different way with a different appreciation of life, it's wonderful to have people like you to sort of awaken us to that wisdom
Because
and that knowledge.
just the fact that you were sitting, you mentioned sitting there during lockdown. It's very
Yeah,
frustrating time, very confusing time, very
yeah,
overwhelming time, and the birds were speaking to you the loudest.
yeah,
And because it's not just the birds, it's the fact that they're of the air element. They
yeah.
fly.
Mm,
And in my world, the air element
mm,
rules the mind. It rules how we think. It rules how we perceive things. It's not really anything to do with how we feel or our
mm,
emotions. It's more about. So the birds were suggesting perhaps for you to think beyond the situation, to think beyond what you're being told, to think beyond, what everyone else was saying, and to come up
mm.
with your own decision and make your own way forward
Oh,
because the
wow.
birds are of the air element. If it was like badgers or rabbits or whatever coming at you, that would have been, they're mammals like you and I, so they're ruled by their emotions.
Right.
Birds are not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
just not.
See, it's
Yeah.
already giving us so much insight. I feel like I could talk to you for ages, but this was just meant to be like a little
They're-
snippet. So I
yeah.
really do hope that, all the people who are with us live and people who are catching up in their own time are getting excited
Yeah.
about joining you. Now, one important question, do you have to specifically be an animal lover to
No,
come to this workshop?
no, because we're not talking about the love of animals. We are, obviously, because I couldn't breathe. I wouldn't be able to breathe if I didn't have animals around me. But
Mm,
this is not about, this is about healing. This is about finding direction. This is about reconnecting to the earth mother. This is about, putting the past in its place, because the past is where we gain our knowledge and wisdom, and the animals can help
mm,
us move forward by tapping into that. So
mm.
it's about healing. It's a healing journey. But what I love, I can't teach anyone anything. I can't teach you
Wow.
to do this, but you know
Mm,
what I can do? I can help you remember how to do it yourself.
that's
And that's
beautiful.
what this is about. So you don't have to be an animal lover. It's about being brave enough to remember who you truly are, and to embrace that to embrace your connection to the Earth Mother, and want to, reignite it. That's what this is really about. So you don't have to be an animal lover. I'd prefer you to be, because we can, get all, passionate about
Yeah.
animals. But I'm not expecting it. It's not a requirement,
Yeah.
and it's, and maybe by the end of it, I'll have converted a few.
You might
So
be.
that's right. Till I see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Oh, I love it. I'm really excited. I really want to learn so much more from you, Scott, or rather be encouraged to remember so much more
Yes.
from your teaching. And I really love that, especially because I know that as part of native Australian culture, honoring nature and this connection to animals is so important. So
At the
I
core,
love that you're
the
coming. Yes,
land. It's the energy of the land. It's the ancestors of the land,
mm,
and the animals are part of all that. They're all.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really, we really appreciate that you're flying all the way over from the other side of the world and
I feel
sharing.
so honored. I can't wait.
We can't wait to host you either. Again, people who are watching, you can see the banner at the bottom where you can go and grab your tickets for Scott's workshop with us. Once again, do you want to remind everyone where it is and when it is, Scott, or would
Okay,
you?
so I've got it written down. It's Friday the 26th. It is at 10:30 in the morning, and I don't know the name of the room, but it's the workshop room. I'm assuming.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
at the Olympia in London. So we're
Olympia
really
in
looking
London, of course. Yes, which is an absolutely stunning stadium. Like a space. I couldn't believe. I walked in. My breath last time I was out. My breath was taken away by the beauty of that building. It's such an amazing space.
yeah, it's
Can't
iconic.
wait.
It's really
Can't
iconic.
wait. That's very
Looking
iconic.
forward to seeing you, and thank you to you for taking the time, and thank you to everyone who's joining us and
Yeah.
listening to this wonderful introduction to Scott's workshop with us. So we shall be seeing you very soon, Scott. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I'll speak to you soon. I'll see you all soon.
See you.
Okay, bye-bye.